Most women think they're inconsistent, unstable, or too emotional. But the truth is, you're not broken. You're cyclical, and understanding that changes everything. Hi, I'm Kiria, and one of the biggest shifts in my own healing journey was learning that God designed women to move through life in patterns, rhythms, and cycles, physically, emotionally, and energetically. When you understand your design, you stop fighting yourself and you stop apologizing for being the way you are. Today, we're going to talk about two things that can radically change your alignment: your natural rhythms and your unique wiring. When you understand both, life gets so much easier. Most women know about the basics of a monthly cycle, but nobody teaches the deeper gifts inside each phase. And when you don't understand them, you end up pushing against your own God given design. I spent years doing exactly that. Before menopause, I hated the menstrual phase. The cramps were debilitating. I dreaded those days, and I believed something was wrong with me. Then, after my hysterectomy, when the physical pain disappeared, I still had several days where I would emotionally unravel. My system would dysregulate. I couldn't think clearly, couldn't regulate, couldn't hold myself together. Once I finally learned the rhythm of the four phases and that those gifts continue after menopause, everything shifted. Let me walk you through these phases and what each one is trying to give you. Ovulation, the summer phase. The gift is magnetism, confidence, and visibility. This is when you're naturally at your most attractive. Communication is smoother. You feel more confident. This is your week for visibility. Use this time for filming videos, asking for favors, having hard conversations, presentations, interviews, promotions, anything requiring charisma or clarity. God built this phase for connection. Luteal is the autumn phase. The gift is discernment and finishing strong. Your energy begins to dip, but before it rests, you get one final burst, a nesting burst, so you can wrap things up. Use this time for completing projects, organizing, decluttering, closing loops, tying things together before rest. This is your natural finishing phase. Menstrual is the winter phase. The gift is rest, revelation, and subconscious healing. This is the most misunderstood part of the cycle. This is the time God whispers the loudest. You may also dream during this phase. The veil between the spiritual and physical becomes thinner. Your spirit hears more clearly if you stop long enough to listen. And here's something most women miss. When you're just beginning to honor your rhythms, this is usually when your subconscious will bring up an issue that desperately needs resolution. Something you've avoided, something you've pushed down, something that now wants freedom. This is a powerful week for energy work. Issues clear quickly because your whole system is ready to release. Follicular is the spring phase. The gift is creativity, vision, and new beginnings. Your energy rises again, ideas flow, hope returns. This is your start again phase, but not your take on the world phase. Use this time for planning, light creating, mapping out new projects, and gentle re-entry. Don't overload yourself. Let your energy rebuild gradually. Now, before menopause, tracking your cycle is easy. There are countless apps for that. After menopause is trickier. The hormones shift, but the energetic cycle remains. The simplest way to track your rhythm in menopause is to watch the moon. Ask yourself, do I feel my most attractive and energized right now? Do I feel magnetic, clear, confident? Is the moon full or is it dark? Some women peak at the new moon, others at the full moon. And then here's where it gets fun. Over time, your rhythm will migrate. It may drift off the exact lunar day and eventually flip to the opposite hemisphere, new moon, full moon, or vice versa. This is why it becomes vital that you learn how to assess your own energy levels, your internal signals, and your natural timing. This is how you avoid exhaustion and stay in alignment. It's important to note that women move in a roughly 28-day cycle and men operate on a 24-hour cycle. This is why your husband may come home completely exhausted, emotionally unavailable, unable to think clearly or engage deeply. And then after one good night's sleep, he wakes up fresh. Whereas you are experiencing a far slower, more gradual rise and fall. He resets every morning, you reset every month. When you understand this, it removes so much frustration in marriage and communication. Now let's shift into the second part of understanding yourself, your wiring. We all carry 4 core energetic personalities within us. You lead with one, you have a strong secondary, and you borrow the others depending on what the moment or the month requires. To avoid proprietary systems, we're going to use descriptive names. The light bringer can be described as scattered joy. She's bright, expressive, cheerful, moves quickly, feels deeply, loves spontaneity. My sister is like this. She wakes up whistling, she sings while she cooks, she jumps into projects and road trips without hesitation. For her, life is an adventure. The light bringer is an extroverted energy. The grounded nurturer could be described as stubborn peace. Soft, gentle, relational, with a core of steel that surprises people. This is my daughter. She thrives in homemaking. She loves creating beauty, raising children, and making spaces peaceful. But if you push her too far, that stubborn streak emerges like a backbone of iron. This is an introverted energy. The visionary driver can be described as driven action. Focused, busy, efficient, and powerful. My friend is the perfect example. She runs multiple businesses from her phone while caring for aging parents, grown children, and her core family. She juggles more in one day than most people do in a week. And you guessed it, it's an extroverted energy. The deep sage could be described as grounded wisdom. Quiet, intuitive, deep, observant. This one is me. My still waters run deep. I don't share my inner world with just anyone. I feel things intensely, but inwardly. Yes, introverted. When you understand your rhythms, your energy cycles, your personality wiring, and the wiring of your spouse, children, friends, and coworkers, you stop taking things personally. You stop shaming yourself. You start giving yourself permission to operate the way God designed you. And this is where my coaching comes in. I help you identify your dominant personality, understand your secondary, see where your weaknesses sabotage you, learn how to communicate with people who are wired differently, and operate in alignment with your God-given design. This is the beginning of true peace, both internally and in your relationships. Now that you understand your rhythms and your wiring, we're ready to talk about identity, your identity in Messiah. Because everything I teach rests on that foundation. So in the next video, we're going to uncover who you really are and why the enemy works so hard to keep you from seeing it. Don't miss it.